Hello, how y'all doing? This is Vernus Mellon. Welcome to another episode of Castle Crush. For today's episode, I'm gonna walk through the leftover details that I want to share about the daily mode deck that I had made a couple of episodes about. But it's going to be about, let me just purchase these. I've gotten a 10 straight wing here. Let's just go to the replay that I wanted to show you. There are a couple of them, starting with this one. I think a lot of players are mistaken concept here. Having strong troops on the field does not win the game. Having troops attacking the castle wins the game. So as you can see, his bottom lane is insanely strong, but because that dragon walks so slow, he's only 2400 HP left, while his dragon hasn't even touched my castle. So really all I need to do was to keep attacking his castle, sort of like a burn deck, but this deck is much stronger than burn deck. It's so much more solid, Leo. And then let's go to this replay. And in this replay there is a concept of counting cards. You see, for when you're fighting against Reaper decks, it's very important to account for your opponent's 2 standard bearers and 2 reapers, and perhaps 1 storm, depends on your deck. Because some decks is not that weak against storm, or some deck is very strong against reaper. It depends. But here our opponent has already used 1 standard bearer, getting rid of that reaper. Obviously putting that down bottom is another choice, but it all work out the same. Yep. So now our opponent has 1 reaper left. 1 standard bearer.
I bring eternal life.
There, I know he's gonna switch lane, but that was a good bait. My option was the outcomes were either he switch lane and kill my Necro, and I can play my Ice Elemental to take care of that giant storm. The other outcome is he doesn't switch. In that case, I can switch to his lane. But the best outcome is to wait for him to switch. That way, I'm guaranteed a win. So now I'm just gonna use the Ice Elemental to chip away his big storm. And I'm gonna switch as it switches, and that's GG. And then that's basically it. Yep. And also need to be extra prepared for a possible blizzard that might get included in a Reaper's deck. Let's see. This is another great clip. Here is another example where our opponent has probably stronger cards on the board right now, but what matters is what card you get that can buy you time and also attack your opponent's castle. Like here, what I did with that Enchanter and Fire Elemental combo, and also with that Catapult. But I remember this was a close game. Yeah. My opponents are winning 2 of the lanes while I'm winning the 3rd. But in 1 of the lanes I was losing, I'm still attacking his castle with my Fire Elemental. So now because of that Skull King, I can just Fire Element. I can just Catapult Fire Elemental, finish him off. So the reason this deck is so strong is because it has so many finisher cards, like the Black Knight, the Dragon, the Catapult, the Meteor, and the Fire Elemental. That's why it's so strong. And these Skull King and Orc's Horde is great at pushing your front line and get filled. Same thing with Enchanter and Dragon's Wind effect. Let's see, where were we? This one.
Bow to the king. I serve no one.
Yeah, his deck is pretty good because he had Blizzard plus that Ice Elemental. So he's guaranteed to win at least one of the lanes. But that's okay, I can just push him in one lane and attacking the other two lanes. I'm just gonna get my catapult back. So now even though he's winning bottom big time, his dragon can't even touch my castle. It's because dragon walks so slow. And there's another trick about this deck that I need to show you is, wait. This one, I think. Gorjak. Which is about the catapult placement. Obviously, for Skull King and the Orc's Horde in this deck, it's the same to put catapult behind whichever orc or whichever skeletons. But if you're considering about whether to put your catapult behind the dragon or behind the Black Knight, what's your answer? Leave a comment and let me know what's your answer. I would always put the catapult behind the lanes without the dragon. Either behind Black Knight or behind other troops, but always not the lane with the dragon. Because when your opponents push, you never want your opponent to push your dragon. For A, dragon is such a huge presence and it can pressure your opponents just by its presence in front of your opponent's castle. And B, both dragon and catapult walks very slowly. If you put it behind the Black Knight and have your dragon attacking in another lane, then both dragon and Black Knight are going strong against your opponent's castle. Wow! If your opponent pushes your dragon and catapult, then the Black Knight can be easily dealt with. But if your opponents chose to push Black Knight, then Black Knight walks very fast. It has a walking speed of 7, so it takes much less time for Black Knight to get back to your opponent's castle. Meanwhile, the dragon can hit your opponent's castle with area damage, so there is that logic there. Let's just check this replay as well, because this opponent has a very heavy badass deck too. And I kinda don't remember exactly what happened here. Oh, okay. Yeah, so he had a very strong start as well. His card's starting draw is slightly better than mine. Let's see what happens from here. So now I'm only winning top lane, and he's gonna put that on top. No problem there, and we're both attacking with our catapult. He had a level 9 catapult. Decided to push bottom. GG. I think I won because of my Fire Elemental, and also my Black Knight on top reached his castle first, faster than his Black Knight reached mine at bottom. This one, he had a level 6 Black Knight. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This one I didn't notice he was level 9 player until the last second, so my apologies for his bad experience. But Yeah, wait, it's not this one, but you should try this deck out. I know many of you have tried it, and basically, any of you who had tried it had gotten 10 straight wins and got back to me. So I think it's a pretty worthwhile experience. Alrighty, that's all I have for you today. Thank you all very much for watching. This is Vernon Spalin, peacing out. Bye.